G'day folks, Aussie here from Go Workplace Training. Today we're going to have a little bit of a look at whistle signals. When you come here for your Dogman's course, you will get one of these. This is a little cheat sheet to learn your whistle signals. But before you come here, I want you to have a quick look at this video and learn your whistle signals. If you haven't already, go to Rebel Sport and go and get one of these. This is an Acme Thunderer. It's used in AFL, it's used in soccer, it's used in all sports around the world where a referee needs to use a whistle because it is loud and it is reliable. So we as riggers, we use them too, or others. This, however, is very, very reliable. I've had this one for about 2 years and it's still going strong. They're around about $20 to $25 from Rebel Sport. We also sell them here for around about the same amount. You can come to buy them off us if you forget to get one from Rebel Sport. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to whistle with my mouth because this whistle is a little bit too loud and it's distorting the microphone. All right, let's get into it. We use a whistle to direct a crane when we need to use our hands. So we can get both of our hands on a load and still direct a crane when we have the whistle locked into our teeth, like this. Can you see that I was able to direct an imaginary crane just then and still put my hands on the load? The advantage of putting your hands on the load and keeping the whistle in your mouth until the crane is finished moving is that we can maintain full control of that load with our hands. So we can steer it, we can get it through tight spaces, and we can also help direct it when we have to land it in a really tight spot. Whistles. Go and get yourself one. It is part of the rigger's uniform. You put it on when you put your work shirt on in the morning, you go to work with it, you take it off when you're about to go and have a shower. Let's have a look at our whistle signals. First and foremost, the most important whistle signal is stop. One short, sharp whistle. Don't confuse your longs with your shorts. Keep your long signals long and your short signals short. To stop a crane, one short burst. That is to stop the crane. You can also stop a crane with your fist like this. So now, how do we get the hook of the crane to go up? Two short signals. Now when we want the crane to rope up, or hook up, or up on the hoist, or up on the cable, or up on the wire, there are many different terminologies, they are all the same. When we want the hook to go up, we give two short whistles. If we want the hook to go up really slowly, because we only need to get it up just a little inch, we give them two slightly longer short signals. It could be very confusing. Maybe ask me about this one in the class. So if I want to rope up slowly, I will go, and then once those chains are clear of all obstructions and we want those ropes out of here, rope up fast is rope up. Rope down. Does anybody remember the Looney Tunes cartoons or the Roadrunner cartoons? You got that coyote that would always push a box of Acme TNT off the cliff or an anvil off the cliff. Do you remember the sound it made while that box of TNT was falling to the ground? We do the same signal for rope down. One long signal. Now me personally, I like to fade it out. I'm going to use the whistle for this one. So then it is very clear to the crane operator that I want that rope to come down. Now let's talk about slewing. The term slewing refers to getting the boom to go left or right. Who's left and right? Always the crane operator's left, the crane operator's right. So if you're facing the crane and you want the crane to slew left, it's going to go to your right. If you want the crane to slew right and you're facing the crane, it's going to go to your left. Make sure you take this into account before moving a very crucial load in a tight space. So, How do we work out the difference between slew left and slew right whistle signal? There's a couple of ways. The letter L in the English language has one long line and one short line. Slew left, one long blast followed by one short blast. Now in Australia we have a saying called two right, mate, two right. And in the rigging world it's exactly the same. One long and two short for slew right. Another way to think about the difference between left and right is, which word is longer in the English language, left or right? The word right is longer than the word left by one letter. Therefore, the same applies for the whistle signal. One long, two short for right, and one long, one short for left. That brings us just over the halfway point. Now, what other functions do we have with the crane? We've looked at rope up, we've looked at rope down, we've looked at slew left, we've looked at slew right. Now, we have four more. What other functions do we have with the crane? The boom also goes up, the boom also goes down. I want you to think about what happens to the load when you boom up. Where does it go? Does it go towards the crane or away from the crane? I want you also to think about, where does the load go when you boom down? Does it go towards the crane or away from the crane? To boom up, we're bringing the load closer to the crane. To boom down, we're bringing the load away from the crane. Now think about it. With your whistle signals, what rhymes with tree? 3. What number rhymes with floor? 4. Where are trees? Trees are up. Where is the floor? The floor is down. The boom goes up when we do 3 to the tree. The boom goes down when we go 4 to the floor. So our whistle signal for boom up is 3 short bursts. That boom is going to go up and the load is going to gradually come towards the crane. Now to boom down, we do 4 to the floor. I want you to think about what the difference is between the 3 and 4 here. Did you hear the difference? 3 short directly in a row. Boom up. Now to boom down, to make it slightly sound a little bit different to boom up, we want to pair the two. That is still 4 short signals, but it sounds remarkably different to boom up. So if you go out there and you give the crane operator, it's not wrong, but it just sounds almost identical to boom up. So what we can do to make the difference is boom down, pair the 4. Boom down. Boom up. I'm also showing you the hand signals here. I might save that for another video. Now we have 2 more signals. Remember 3 to the tree and 4 to the floor. The same rule applies for the next one. We have another function of the crane. The boom goes out, the boom also goes in. What that is a telescope extending and a telescope retracting. That's literally what it is, a telescopic boom extending. And where is it going? It's going towards the tree. So we want to do 1 long signal and 3 short. And then when we want to retract it, it's 1 long and 4 short. However, with those signals, it's important to take into account what kind of crane you are using. If you're using a franna, then you are going to be doing boom extend and boom retract all the time, because that's exactly what a franna is designed to do. A franna is also known as a non-slewing mobile crane. However, when you are using a mobile slewing crane, which is very, very common, you will not use these signals to extend or retract the boom when the crane is under load, because they are not designed to do that. Unless you do have a very specifically designed slewing crane that is designed to boom in and boom out. So let's go over our whistle signals. What am I doing? Remember, go and get yourself an Acme Thunderer. It sounds way better than my whistle. Anyway, you have fun. Practice these signals. Practice everything else. Remember to read your learner's guide. Remember to do the homework. And remember, when you come to the course, ask the question if you are unsure. Stay safe out there. I'll see you in the classroom.